Incredible 86 wildfires are burning throughout the West Coast, and many cities across the country are issuing air quality warnings. Now there's new research looking at a potential link between wildfire smoke and an increased risk of COVID. MSNBC correspondent Cal Perry joins us now from Salt Lake City, which is grappling with the impact of those wildfires. Cal, good morning. I mean, we were talking last week about smoke and air quality issues all the way over here on the East Coast in New York and D.C. Tell us first just what the situation is like there and across the state of Utah.
Yeah, and that's why we wanted to take a look at it more closely. This is the second year in a row that we've had, quote unquote, historic wildfires. We can show you a smoke map. The U.S. government actually puts this up online for people to look at. And you can see that smoke is extending all the way across the Great Plains into the east once again. And I'll give you the three worst cities as far as air quality right now. Winthrop, Washington is at a score of 405. That is understood to be hazardous by the CDC. Quincy, California, 331, also hazardous. And Sparks, Nevada, 249, very unhealthy. But as you sort of saw on that map, you can get unhealthy air qualities. We saw it last week in New York. We saw it in D.C. The city of St. Louis has been having problems. And the CDC is concerned. It's not just a pandemic story. This is a pollution story, and it is very dangerous for people, Savannah.
Yeah, so Cal, let's now dig in on kind of the pandemic and pollution, these two things, and tell us about this study and what scientists are saying about a possible link between wildfire smoke and a higher risk of COVID-19. What do we know about that?
Yeah, so the study was done a year ago in Reno, Nevada. Reno, Nevada, just sort of east of where we had that Paradise Fire, where we saw all of that destruction. And they took a look at sort of people that were living there and saw there was an 18% increase in positivity rate. Now, they will tell you, and the researchers have told me, that there's a lot of factors here at play. And this was, of course, before vaccines. Now, that understood, here's a little bit more about the actual chemistry, about how it affects your lungs. Take a listen to what one of the researchers told me.
One potential mechanism is, of course, that these small particulate matters that are trapped in the smoke are inhaled in the lungs. Perhaps they have an impact on one of the receptors that the virus binds to, so increasing their receptivity, so to speak, which would increase an individual's risk for contracting the virus.
Now, all of this, of course, is happening under the umbrella of climate change. Last June was the hottest June ever on record in the U.S. It is coupling that sort of with the climate change, with the fires, with the droughts that has the CDC concerned, Savannah.
And now, Cal, what are authorities doing to warn people about the air quality issues?
Well, one of the things you can do is you can go online, you can see the map of where that smoke is. Again, 88 fires being battled by 20,000 firefighters, though I did want to give a shout out, and you'll appreciate this. The city of Spokane, the National Weather Service, trying to take a lighthearted look, comparing it to Mordor, sort of how bad the air quality is. That is happening around the country. We're seeing these Twitter feeds from the U.S. government start to try to get the information out there, but also try to show people that, you know, things are the way they are, Savannah.
Yeah, absolutely. Love the creativity there. All right, Cal, thank you so much.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.